What is up, everyone? TristanDubois here with another Destiny video. Today we're going to talk about the Bungie weekly update for the 8th of January 2015. And this is kind of an important update because we've all been waiting around for the hard mode raid to be unlocked for Crota's End. And they're finally coming out with more news about like what's going on with it and where it's going and why it hasn't been released. Mainly the first thing that I'm just going to say about this is it hasn't been released because a lot of people are coming back to the Bungie offices. They've been away visiting relatives and such because it was Christmas and then it was New Year's. So they're all coming back, and now that most of the people are back, they're releasing not really the patch notes for what has been patched, but what will be patched, because it's not going to be released until sometime earlier next week is when they think it's going to be available. But anyways, the updates coming out is they've got Crota's End updates, the existing pit treasure chest, which is the chest that you'll see spawn in a few different locations on the left side, is being moved to killing Ur-Ute. So they're not actually like moving a chest there, they're just making it so that Ur-Ute will actually drop weapons and armor and such. It says that she also has the chance to drop exotic weapons and armor, class pieces, and radiant materials. So basically anything that you can get out of that chest is going to be moved to Ur-Ute, and hopefully they're still going to leave that chest in there because I think that the maze is kind of a pain, and it's nice that there's something to look for in the maze. So it's probably just going to be like radiant shards or energy and such. The pit encounter removed the physics impulses created by exploding lanterns. Now, the thing about this is that they're actually going to remove the way to actually cheese it. So if you've seen my video how to cheese the maze, that is no longer going to work. I've got another idea of how to do it, so I'm going to have to experiment and put that out later. But point being, this video will no longer work. So just keep that in mind when you're going through first day. You don't want to just be standing there on top of the rock and nothing works. But anyways, bridge encounter. The next area after the darkness zone, players will now be required to cross the bridge in order to complete the bridge encounter. Now, I've got an idea of how to do a cheese here. It's not going to be the same thing as what it was. It's going to require at least 3 people to do it, and I'm gonna try and do that like the first day it comes out, just so I can get it out for you guys. But you will no longer be able to like jump out of the area. You're actually gonna have to physically have a person over there, I believe, or at least their ID or like their body or something, in order to cause the ogres to spawn. It also says players will now be required to wait for the bridge crossing to complete prior to crossing the sword. So you're not going to be able to pick up the sword and fly across with the sword from the middle like you were able to if you're a wizard or warlock. Also, the Death Singer encounter fixed a rare case where Shriekers would not spawn, so they fixed that a little bit. You're not going to have as many problems running through. I know the first time I did it, there was problems with her singing too early, the Shriekers wouldn't spawn, one of the wizards would disappear, just all kinds of random stuff. So hopefully this patch is going to come out and do, at least it's actually going to fix some of the things. I mean, it's getting rid of a lot of the cheeses, but a lot of the good things that are going to come out of this is going to outweigh the bad. So now the Crota encounter. This is where the majority of the patch is coming out. 2 sword bearers will no longer spawn at the same point in the outset of the encounter. I never actually saw this happen. I know that some people said that you were able to get 2 swords. I never looked into it just because the first cheese worked so well I didn't really want to experiment. But they're saying that there are no longer going to be 2 sword bearers. Crota will now recover from his kneeling state after the player quits. So that means that the method for cheesing Crota is not going to work. So as soon as you dashboard, he's going to stand up. That's as simple as that. I don't know, maybe the lag will fix it. It's probably going to be fixed immediately from doing that. But it also says, fixed a bug which allows players to remove the presence of Crota using Radiant's Warlock Fire ability. So that method is not going to work. They have not said anything about splitting the challenges in half. They have not said anything about splitting the swords in half. I don't know if you're still going to be able to do that, but I don't think that they've fixed the bug because they actually haven't said anything about that. They also have not stated that they're going to fix the ability to jump out of the map. So, those are still going to be around. The only other thing that it says is fixed a bug which made Oversoul appear destroyed to some players in a fire team when it was still active. So everything else is kind of just in there for the fun of it. But yeah, that's exactly what they fixed in Crota. The only other thing that they've announced for this for rating updates is that exotic weapons dropped in the Vault of Glass are now level 32, which if you got one this week, that's kind of a bummer. But yeah, free exotics level 32, and yeah, so you don't have to upgrade all your guns. But anyways, that's the Bungie weekly update. Like I said, as soon as hard mode comes out, I'll be putting out a video letting you guys know what works, what doesn't work, what are some new methods. And I do already have an idea for the bridge crossing on how to cheese that again. So keep an eye out for those videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.